guys, Beth here, aka Mediagirl94. Another month has come and gone, which means if you haven't already read the title, today I'm sharing with you guys my June manga haul collection, wrap up, whatever I decide on calling this when I am uploading this video. Pretty self-explanatory. I've bought a bunch of manga the month of June, and I'm going to share with you guys what I bought. Maybe share some opinions. Should you read it? Should you not read it? Everyone has a different opinion when it comes to anime and manga. Some people like particular genres, but quite frankly, I am open to exploring a lot of different genres across anime and manga, because I think if you close yourself off to some genres, you're missing some gems. So my collections are always a little bit all over the place, that's kind of what I'm saying. But before we begin, if you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. Enough rambling, let's just dive straight into my June manga haul. The first manga I'm going to show you is a series I have not shut up about, but I have finally completed it. I have volume 34 of Fire Force. This is the final volume. No more Fire Force, so you don't have to hear me talk about this series unless it's in like a recommendation. But yeah, this has been a long time coming. I committed to this series and it has cost me a lot of money, but it's from the same creator of like Soul Eater, which was one of like my favorite like animes back when I was in high school. Literally, as I say, if you like firefighters, demons, infernals, hell, fighting, a little bit of like magic fire powers, then Fire Force, you know, might be for you. I am kind of sad that the series has come to an end. I'm happy that it's finished because it means my bank account can cry less, even though I'm buying other series still. This is such a good final volume. I'm not going to do any spoilers because I definitely want people to check out this series. But the way they wrap it up, all I'm going to say is I am very impressed, and the characters, like the story, all the arcs that have been going for like the first 33 volumes. You couldn't ask for a more perfect ending. But yeah, Fire Force. I finally completed the series. Hallelujah, moving on. The next 4 manga volumes I bought are my BL. Oh yes, they get their own section. Let's just dive into them. The first BL I picked up is Pink Heart Jam Volume 2. Now this is actually the second and final volume of Pink Heart Jam. It is a short BL, and I'm really intrigued because the way that Volume 1 left off, I want to know how they're going to wrap this up. But the 2 main characters are just so good together. There's like electric chemistry, but then there's a little bit of like issues and like trauma, like trust issues. But literally it's about a guy pretty much goes to college and experiments and discovers, oh, he actually has a crush. This is the sweetie. He goes to like a sex club and sees the hot guy from his club is actually like a sex worker, and it's a BL. What do you expect? It's lovely. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but you know, it's going to be really interesting to do like a 2-volume series, and I cannot wait to check this out. The next BL manga volume I picked up is Black or White Volume 2. Now this follows like 2 actors. One plays like a princely like good boy, the other like plays the bad boy. However, they are in a relationship, and so it's kind of like they're in different stages of their like career. Like the guy who plays the bad boy kind of wants to stay away from like the prince because he doesn't want to ruin his image. However, now that they've brought the intimacy back into their relationship, there's a little bit of possession, and I just think it is like, I don't know anything about actors or like acting, but you know, you definitely get like a lot of actors who like end up dating other actors and having to keep it secret. So it's kind of interesting because they kind of want to protect each other's images, but at the same time they want to be good partners to one another. Yeah, I know there's quite a few volumes. I believe there's like 8 or 9 volumes in this series so far. So, you know, I've got a while to go, but from what I have read of like volume 1, this series is definitely going to be one I continue to pick up. Up next is Yarichin Bitch Club, volume 3. This series is just, it's quirky, comedic, sexy, raunchy, everything you could need from like a BL. Pretty much, a guy goes to an all-boys boarding school, decides to join the photography club. However, the photography club, they literally do sexual acts and sexual favours for like other male students, and the main guy, he's a virgin. And like he kind of falls for like another guy who's also like a new guy to the boarding school, and there's just drama. Like I said, it's very comedic, and there are some like softer moments where you go like, oh, okay, it's not all fun and games, but the characters in the club are like amazing. Their interactions are definitely a series that I'm happy I picked up, and I'm going to continue it. And the final volume of BL that I picked up this month is Given Volume 2. Now, I'm not really going to say much about this series because I am up to date with like all the current volumes. I borrowed them from like friends. However, I kind of want to like own the volumes myself. So this series is going to be more of like a pickup in future of like videos. I know the characters. The story is just so gut-wrenching. There are like moments of like where it's soft and then it goes dark and you go, oh my god, you just don't. There are so many emotions in this series, and the characters, their interactions, you're just there like, you just want to hold them all and go, the world's going to be okay. But yeah, this is just a pickup series. I do intend to get all the volumes that are currently out at some point, but it's not a new series, it's just something I want to own, because personally, this is my favourite BL series, until it's dethroned by something else. The next 3 volumes are a pickup of a series. It is volumes 2, 3 and 4 of Blue Period. So volume 2, volume 3 and volume 4. I'm going to hold up volume 2. But yeah, this is a series that I first watched the anime on Netflix. It's about a guy who decides he wants to be an artist, but it's a little bit cutthroat and like not what he expected. And yeah, this series, after volume 1, I was like, oh, I kind of want to read it. But then again, like I said, because I've watched the anime and I liked what I saw, I kind of want to own the volumes of manga. However, they are pretty pricey, this series, because it's a pretty popular series. And so I got my like 3 volumes second hand on Depop. However, make sure you read the description, because you can't see it on camera, but off camera there is like a massive mark on like this like front cover. And like pretty much if I open it, it bends and it looks like it's going to rip. So I kind of got a bit of a crappy deal probably on volume 2, but for the price of these 3 volumes, I'm like, it's completely worth it. I probably won't be able to sell this volume 2 for much money in the future, but I got a really good deal, so I would highly recommend buying Blue Period or like any of like the really popular series nowadays. Buy them second hand, because sometimes you don't want to break your bank, and I believe I actually got all 3 of these volumes for just over the price of like 1 volume. So I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, it's a really good bargain. The characters are just so unique in like their interactions with one another, especially like you don't know if they're being friendly because they're friendly, or you know, if they're being a dick because they just want to be a dick, and it's a really competitive scene. But yeah, Blue Period, if you've got Netflix, I would recommend like watching the anime first, a couple of episodes before committing to the series, because it's an expensive manga series. Up next is probably one of the most cliche like genres of manga. It is the reincarnated as something else. This has got a long-winded title, so I'm going to read it. I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. Yes, they also have really like long-winded titles. Anyway, pretty much the guy on the front, the kid, he's an adult. who is reincarnated as like a child, as like the seventh prince of like a kingdom. He is extremely talented at magic, but because he's the seventh prince, he has really no claim to the throne, and so he's not really a threat. However, with his magical abilities, people are like, oh, he might be good to have on side. And he actually makes a pact. This little thing that looks really cute is actually like a scary demon who just takes on this really cute form. Like, he makes a pact with a demon to get more magical abilities. Okay, I'm going to be completely honest. This anime was recommended to me on Crunchyroll, and I was like, well, I've got an evening and like nothing else to do, so I binged like the 7 episodes that were out, and I was like, oh, okay, a reincarnation series that I can get behind. Just, these series are kind of cliche. You've got drama, you've got kind of like, oh, they know a little bit more than they did in their like old life and their new life. And like normally with reincarnations, usually the person's like a bit of like a loser or a bit down on their luck, and then they're transported to these fantasy worlds where they kind of keep the knowledge of like what they know, and they become like really amazing and everyone like adores them. Whereas here, this kid, he's like, I just want to practice magic, and everyone's like, oh, he's so cute. But yeah, this is a reincarnation series that I would recommend checking out. If you've got Crunchyroll, check out the anime, because it's pretty pricey. This volume costs $12.99, and depending on how many volumes there are going to eventually be in the series, oh, it's going to hurt my bank account. So I would highly recommend checking out the anime first. That's the same with like most of these reincarnations. If there's an anime, check it out first, because you don't really want to commit. But yeah, it's just cute, and it's got a really kooky, crazy, eccentric like cast of characters who like underestimate this kid, but oh, you really shouldn't underestimate him. Ha ha ha. Manga. You never know what you're gonna get. And the final 2 volumes of manga that I bought this month are really cute, and just go to show that I like read like a wide range of like manga like subgenres. It is the Slice of Life manga series Polar Bear Cafe Volume 1 and Volume 2. Like, seriously guys, cute animals, humans and animals like existing like in a world together. Pretty much Polar Bear here, he runs a cafe. His best friend is a panda. I am a sucker for pandas. They are one of my favorite like animals, and it is like a quirky, like just innocent. You can read this series and you know, it's just like a feel-good series. Yeah, sure, you have your like dramatic moments of like, oh, when new characters are like introduced. But then there's just like these light-hearted moments where, you know, you've got a human, you know, she has a bit of a crush on like the panda, but he's a bit oblivious. It's weird with like humans and animals coexisting, but there's a zoo, there's a cafe, animals just walk around freely. I'm not quite sure what is going on in this world, but all I know is that this is actually a series that I saw like a couple of people like recommend, and I was like, originally I was put off because I was like, oh, it's going to be too cutesy, and I picked up volume 1 and volume 2 together, and I read them in one sitting, and I was like, holy hell, this is such a cute, adorable slice of life series. There are 5 volumes, I believe, so you know, I've only got 3 more volumes to pick up. But if you just want like an innocent, you know, no real violence, just like a good time, then Polar Bear Cafe is a series that I would highly recommend, because the art style, the writing, it is great, and this is a perfect way to wrap up my June manga haul. So there we have it, guys and girls of the internet. That was just my June manga haul. I hope you guys learned something about me and, well, my taste in manga and, well, my wide range of tastes when it comes to certain series. In the comments below, you know, if you guys have read any of the series that I'm currently reading or any of the series in this haul, then let's start a conversation, because I would just love to find more people to talk about manga with. If you have any recommendations that you think I would like, manga or anime wise, comments is the place to go. But there's just something so enjoyable about manga. It also looks really nice, all the spines on the shelf, so it's like aesthetic, but it's also pleasing in terms of being like a reader. And sometimes I get crap at work when people realise that I am a 30-year-old who reads manga, and I'm like, I've been reading manga since high school. That's not going to stop now. I do read adult books that have got words and no pictures, but sometimes I just want to be transported to another world, and that's what manga and anime does. So never be ashamed of liking something, and don't let other people tell you just because of your age you can't like something. Tell them to go sod themselves. Or go screw themselves. That's what I actually meant to say. Anyway, you know, as I've already said, comments, blah blah blah. If you'd like to support me and the channel in the future, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. At the end of this video, you can check out my last 2 videos or playlist, depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing this. Until next time, I'm Beth, Mediagirl94. Goodbye.